Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you.
Okay, so everyone, this is Kinetic. You can link your stuff in chat if you want to. But basically, he's also extremely passionate about Diablo 3. Not just Diablo 3, you're passionate about MMOs in general, as far as I can tell. But I remember you being really into Diablo 3, even back, I think, because you were also with TGN a while back, because I know that we spoke.
I really wish we would have had a conversation prior to this one because there's so many things that like we could talk about. Like, yeah, we could talk about the TGN days, and we could talk and reminisce more about Diablo and Diablo 3 and stuff like that. I've been into Diablo since Diablo 2. I didn't play Diablo 1 until after Diablo 2 came out, and I played Diablo 2 on and off, but by that time I was really getting absorbed and pulled really by many of my friends to play MMOs, for example, Final Fantasy 11, World of Warcraft, and stuff like that. But once I saw that you were talking about Athene Wins, that's funny. Athene Wins was doing some beta gameplay on his channel for Diablo 3. I was getting so pumped up with him to do content, and yeah, it's been a bit of a shit show, but nothing like what we've just seen come this year. I have purchased virtual tickets before. I did not purchase this year's virtual ticket because I wasn't expecting anything. I hate when people keep saying, "Oh, you're just disappointed because you were expecting Diablo 4." No, I wasn't actually.
Yeah.
See, I'm actually paying attention a lot more than so many of these critics of the community have, and that's just one small shard of a greater problem here.
I mean, did you see that guy that was saying it's because of toxic masculinity?
I didn't see that actually until Boogie brought it up, and then I'm like, what the, really?
Dude,
I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but what the hell?
I was so blown away. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? We want more women in gaming, not
It's the
less.
most 2018 thing of 2018, like.
It's like so dumb.
uh,
But it's like, here's the thing. I also became really addicted to Diablo with Diablo 2. Like my
Right.
thing was I would do a lot of PvP in Diablo 2. So I would always look at what was the most what was it called? The most meta thing of the time. So you remember, for instance, the age of the Burizons? The Amazons with the Buriza? I came
yeah.
up with a build to just destroy that. There was the bow called the Eagle Horn, which you would never miss, so you didn't even need hit rating. So basically, I made a build all around that bow, and I would fire so fast that by the time the Burizon shot twice, it would have been pumped full of guided arrows, like no chance whatsoever.
Nice.
I'd do that shit all the time, and that's the memories that I have of that game, right? Because we were always doing crazy experimentation builds, like the Paladin builds with Holy Freeze and the items that would slow people down that were lame as fuck. You could stack that shit and make someone be almost paralyzed forever.
See, I couldn't get deep into PvP, and it frustrated me. Back then I was still living with my dad, and the only way I could get internet was through, what was it, the free service Net Zero, I think it was called, and I would hijack the telephone line from the kitchen across the other side of the house, and I had this extra long, like a addendum cabled all the way to my side in my room to plug into my modem and to get any kind of internet. It's a miracle I could play games like I was saying, like Final Fantasy 11. So I was forced to PvE for years until I could break out and get some decent internet. But I loved playing Whirlwind Barbarian. That was my thing. Seeing this crazy dude spin around and go lightning fast with some of these builds just gave me such a freaking Nephilim boner. Like, I couldn't hold it back. I had to do it, and after that I was into necromancers, and so yeah, that was the first thing that I did in D3 is I made a barbarian. I still have that barbarian. That is the barbarian that I still occasionally gear in D3. And then when they announced the necromancer, I just jizzed my pants so hard, and I went balls deep into that. It was so much fun, and I thought at least we would get that. At least we would continue maybe to get like
character
packs after that, but like just more depression and more content drought set in, and Yeah, I said this before, and I originally got the theory from Riker, who said he thought that what it seemed like, or what the community was piecing together, was that the only thing that the Necromancer really was just a patched up content of what was the remains of an abandoned expansion. Have you heard of that theory before?
No, I never heard of that. To be
Many
honest.
people believe that the Necromancer was never meant to come out on its own, that it was going to be part of, just like the Crusader was for Reaper of Souls, it was meant to be part of a greater expansion. But they canceled the expansion, supposedly, according to these theories. And so the new areas that we got in that same content patch alongside the Necromancer were supposed to be part of that expansion.
Oh my god, that is so fun.
Doesn't that make sense though when somebody says it to you like that?
It does. Like I never even thought about that. It was weird that it was just like, oh yeah, we're giving you a new character, and now it's like that never happened. You would get like characters, you would get areas, you know, because Blizzard always did proper expansions. Like you look at StarCraft, you look at Brood War, you got 3 new campaigns, one for each of the races. You look at Warcraft and what was it? Frozen Throne, the expansion.
The Frozen Throne, right.
You got the Frozen Throne, again, 3 campaigns for each of the things. You got the same thing with Diablo, with Lord of Destruction, 2 new classes and a whole new act. And then Diablo 3, same thing, 1 new class, 1 new act, and then you just got 1 class. Yeah, that makes perfect sense now that you said it like that. God, dude,
I'm super excited for Warcraft Reforged, because that is the game, Warcraft 1 and 2, that really got me into Blizzard. And then Warcraft 3 I played the crap out of. Frozen Throne was incredible. And here's the question, did they say anything about whether the content of Frozen Throne will be included, or is that coming later
they actually
for the Reforged version?
I don't
think
think
anybody asked that, because that would, if I was a Q&A, that would be the first thing I would have said.
I'll be honest,
I
haven't looked into it, but I just assumed that it would be included, because usually when you have a remaster, it comes with all the DLC, right? So
maybe.
I mean, I just assumed it would be the case.
What's that villain? What's that villain in that Steven Seagal movie who said assumption is the mother of all fuck ups? I assume nothing anymore, especially when it comes to Blizzard. I learned that lesson 2 or 3 years ago when I streamed what I thought was going to be the reveal of either another expansion for Diablo 3 or perhaps a Diablo 4, and that was years ago. So yeah, like I said, I didn't even bother with the virtual ticket because I expected absolutely nothing.
I streamed the opening ceremony because that's public, so I assumed it'd be okay to stream it. And my plan for that stream was actually like, guys, I'm gonna live stream the opening ceremony. We're gonna get some kind of a Diablo announcement. It's gonna be awesome. And immediately after that, I'm gonna live stream Diablo 3 on the Switch because Blizzard sent me a code so that I could check it out and shit. And when they did what they did, I just didn't even feel like playing anymore. Like I still played it for like 10 minutes or so, but I just didn't feel like even playing Diablo. I was like, what? Oh my god, dude. And it was funny that you mentioned earlier your connection stuff, because like, dude, I used to actually sneak up onto my father's office, install Diablo 2 on his computer, log into Battle.net, play, and then uninstall the game so that he wouldn't even know.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Man, that's dedication right there. That's some
But that's the thing.
Ninja level subterfuge.
But that's the thing, like I'm pretty sure if you go down like the majority of the Diablo audience, right? Everyone's gonna have stories like that because we're all super hardcore into it. And that's
it was crack. It was crack on a disc that you could upload to your computer and then absorb like through osmosis. It was so good.
I'm sure a lot of people have more stories than I do on Diablo 3 because I did not play as much Diablo 3 as I did 2, not by a long shot. I
played the hell out of it. I played it until nobody else I knew was playing it, and then I played more, and then I continued to play, and people would message me on, I think it was Raid Call before it shut down, like, what are you doing? Playing D3? Really? Still? Yeah, dude. I need more items.
Yeah,
like, I was hooked. I just, because here's the thing, a lot of people will will be content playing one class. I played every single class, and I made doubles actually of every class as well because of the lack of inventory space. So they were mules, but I also still had them equipped and stuff like that.
Reaper of Souls just changed everything for the better, and it really
did.
It was like Blizzard understands now. They understand that they can't go this route of the auction house. They understand that this is not what we want. We want the loot.
Josh Muscara understood.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched that kind of Shorely video that I did yesterday.
I saw a little bit of it. I was like, there's no way he actually believes this shit.
You gotta watch the whole thing, I think. But yeah, one of the goals with that video, and I'm talking about this in the new video I'm editing right now. One of the goals actually of that vid was to highlight Josh Muscara and how important he was to the Diablo team, and how we've just completely forgotten about him. Barely anybody knows who he is, let alone where he is now. And to compare him to Wyatt Cheng and how different these two individuals treated the community and the game. Oh, God, who knows how they would really do this. Here's actually something that just crossed my mind. So let's say they have an auction house system. I have a very strong feeling that there will also be a loot box system because nobody learns. Nobody learns their lesson. They obviously didn't learn shit from Command and Conquer. If they have both, what does that mean then? They'll have an auction house.
It's a slot machine,
you can also
dude.
get loot from loot boxes, so you'll have people buying loot boxes in mass, racking up credit card bills to try and get incredible items to sell on the auction house, or what? Like
it's basically
the economy is the scariest thing of all. Like when it comes to an auction house, especially around a loot-centric game like this.
I'm not even. That's the thing. I won't even take the economy of this game seriously because I already know from the get-go that it's fucked. There hasn't been a single mobile game that I've seen that has a decent economy. Not one. Not one, dude. So it's like, what do you expect?
I'd be pressed to find a good economy on a PC game, let alone a mobile game.
Exactly.
I mean, look at how people undercut each other in World of Warcraft on the auction house. They destroy all potential. Shut up, then I hate you. I'm getting off this Discord right now. Fuck you. Fuck you, Rurikhan.
I just want to make a quick buck.
I'm trying to make profit, goddammit. I'm willing to wait the 24-hour waiting period,
a quick
and then
buck,
10
dude.
other bastards undercut by 5 gold each.
No, I don't do that though. Like I'll undercut by like 5 cents.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind if it's very small amounts of, a couple copper or something like that. But these.
Yeah, there's people that just grossly undercut other people.
I'm gonna undercut you by 10 gold, bitch. Ugh, I hate you.
Yeah, dude.
Why you do it? You could, and then there's the people that sell things on the auction house for less gold than what they could get if they just vendor it.
Yeah,
just
dude.
vendor it, you idiot. You can get more gold.
You and I both know this is going to make them a fuck ton of money. Like from a business perspective, this is going to make so much this is going to literally print money. This will make them more money than World of Warcraft right now. Easily.
God, don't say that. You're making them salivate if they're listening to your live stream.
They're already...
Boogie said that on his newest video. He showed a graph. I think it was, where the hell was it from? I don't remember, but he showed how mobile gaming profits are double.
Yeah.
Everything combined from PC, consoles, and everything else doubled.
Why do you think EA keeps riding on the loot box, and they always are defending the loot box, and they always will defend the loot box? Because it's that simple. They make the most think they care about Backlash, because that's the other thing that I think a lot of people haven't realized yet. You see all this backlash on the internet. You see everybody protesting against Blizzard and all of these other things, right? And
dude, I can't wait to put on my pussy hat and march on Anaheim, California next summer. I'm totally doing it.
No, but
totally doing it.
Listen, and then everybody's like criticizing, and the interesting thing is the reason why everybody is doing this, because a lot of people like you also have the media now saying that we are toxic and that we're evil and that we just hate everything, right? But the reason that people are doing that and they're being so visceral with this reaction is because in truth they fucking love Blizzard. Like, I love Blizzard. I love their fucking games. I do. I'm very disappointed in this. I still love their fucking games. You probably love Blizzard too, despite all of
Deep
this
down,
shit. Yeah.
I said that. I said there's with a pun to the Immortal title, there is an immortal Diablo fan deep within me, an immortal Blizzard fan deep within me, just hiding right now in the corner, like still holding on to some faith. At the end of the day, that is how I truly feel. It's not that it's because it's on mobile, it's because it's only on mobile. And
what bums me out
we
is that
deserve something better.
It's a canon entry. Like, it will have canon lore that you can only experience.
Which is fine if it would be on more systems.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I even said it on the live stream. It's like, this, you see how they did Blades, how Bethesda did Blades? And after that, they were like, and by the way, here's your Elder Scrolls 6. We're working on it. Don't you worry about it, right?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff there, but then they were like, dude, but here's this thing that we know you guys want. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Relax. Blizzard didn't even do that, so they completely excluded everybody from this thing. And then on top of it, they didn't even tell us what was coming next. So the whole what's next for Diablo is just like, it's Immortals. And that's not what we want. No, none of your audience wants that.
If it was built in-house... Yeah, if it was built in-house, I'd feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
If it was built in-house and available on more systems, I'd feel even better about it. If it was built in-house, available on more systems, and followed up by a teaser of Diablo 2 HD, Diablo 4, also announced with a big content character, Druid patch or something like that for Diablo 3.
Yeah, because there's been such
completely
a
different story.
It's been such a drought of content. And then after you told me earlier in the stream the theory about the canceled expansion, which makes perfect sense, it just makes me feel so bad. It's just like, come on, dude. You guys were better than this. You used to set the standard when it came to making expansions. It was literally the standard. Like, you go back...
Well, they still do. They still do, but not for Diablo anymore. Yeah. They do that now for Hearthstone. They do that for... other games for making new characters like Heroes of the Storm and Overwatch. And, you know, there are big droughts in World of Warcraft. But like I said in my video recently, you can always count that there is another expansion on the way for World of Warcraft. Yeah. We can't expect any of that as Diablo fans. Yeah. It's all up in the air, and you just don't know when the nightmare is going to end.
The thing about it is, as well, you were saying that they do that for Hearthstone. There's a reason they do that for Hearthstone, dude. You know how much money people pour into that game every time there's new expansion? Like, when I was with Squadron, there's one of the Squadron dudes over there, nice guy, Average Adam. He plays Hearthstone, and let me tell you what he does every time a new expansion comes out. He plays that fucking slot machine until he has every single card of that expansion. The day it comes out, dude. Like, you're talking...
Doesn't surprise me.
He will burn through $400 in one day to get cards.
Only?
I mean, if he's lucky, I guess. I don't know how much he usually spends. But yeah, dude.
Now just imagine how much money mobile games get when they are released and they put in loot boxes and things like that. Really sickening thing that I heard from one of my sort of a guildmate in game anyway, in a trading card game that I played, which was canceled. He was talking to us in chat. We were talking about how much, you know, we've been buying on packs and stuff like that for this mobile card game, and the guy just straight up admitted he had run up $4,000 on his credit card just on this game.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was canceled.
The game was canceled
Just a few months later.
Yeah, there you go. $4,000.
And that happens over and over and over and over again, because none of these stories are really put into the light, at least not long enough or bright enough for us to see them, because the industry wants these stories hidden, right? They don't want us to see these people's lives being ruined by these microtransactions and their addiction to them. You can blame the players to an extent, but I really do believe that there has to be some responsibility, not just hoped for, but this is going to sound bad, regulated on the gaming industry. We have a tobacco industry that is regulated to make sure that we know that we can get cancer from smoking. We have an alcohol industry that is constantly advertising and letting us know at the end of their commercials, don't drink and drive, because we were losing so many people's lives, you know, or having their lives ruined by drunk driving accidents. Why don't we have something like this for gaming?
And in the gaming industry, we have pre-order now to get the special pack with the special little statue and the special digital in-game goodies.
Like it sounds exaggerated and it's uncomfortable to hear, but it's the truth. People ruin their lives through microtransactions, loot boxes, and these slot machine like mechanics in these games. And until regulation steps in, I don't see it ever really ending. Has anything changed since the EA loot box debacle? Anything significant?
Yeah, you know what has changed?
There was companies some now dust kicked up.
No, companies now use the fact that their game doesn't have loot box as a feature. That's a feature now. Our game doesn't have loot boxes.
What does that even mean, though? What does that mean to helping people avoid and at least understand what they're getting themselves into? There really need to be more warnings. There need to be more examples made and shown to more people. There need to be documentaries, in my opinion, of how out of control this gets. We used to make those documentaries, actually. I remember watching a really old documentary about these guys that were addicted to playing World of Warcraft and how it ruined their lives. And then there was this caseworker, counselor lady or something like that, who was being interviewed throughout the documentary. And then I think somewhere halfway towards the end or something like that, she had revealed, the story had unfolded, that her son, who was addicted to World of Warcraft, and I suppose what kind of pushed her into this line of work, shot himself in the head, locked himself in his room and shot himself in the head because he couldn't escape. And that's how she found her son, in front of his computer. How horrifying is that? How, and like, again, it's really uncomfortable to hear, but this is the reality of it, right? And you don't have to shoot yourself in the head to have your life ruined. You just have to lose yourself in these loot boxes, lose yourself in these microtransactions.
Exactly. There's a proper way to do games, and this is just not it.
If we see anything like that in Diablo Immortal, that will be it. That will absolutely be it for me, because I can feel my blood boiling, like, as I talk about this, and I think about if they were to put like loot boxes, paid loot boxes in Diablo, in a mobile game, like I said, maybe they will, because they want to test and gauge our reaction to things like this before they put it in a D4. You know, I feel like the Diablo Immortal could just be partially a guinea pig for them to try things and see how
much we're willing to take,
how far they can go, what things can they get away with, you know. When I say we need to do this to Blizzard, in a way I'm saying that almost out of a twisted love for Blizzard, because I want them to learn their lesson, fix it, and then get us to bring us back. Like, okay, let's rewind just a little bit, and this is my final statement because I gotta go pretty soon. It's 10:30 at night here. You were talking about not World of Warcraft, Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
And I was probably one of the few people that had lost so much faith in Monster Hunter, and I personally, I didn't care who was with me, I personally boycotted Capcom, because we had an incredible game. Maybe you played it, you probably didn't. I know most people haven't. Monster Hunter Portable 3rd on the PlayStation Portable, the PSP.
It never came out
it was a masterpiece. It was just so good, and all I could do was just wait, and I was hoping, and I was so excited for the Monster Hunter fans to get their hands on this game, because I was playing it here in Japan and everybody was playing it. It seemed like I would go into restaurants, I'd see people on trains, like at bowling alleys, like sitting around in groups playing Monster Hunter Portable 3 together. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so awesome when it comes to the West, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Because I can theorize on that, but I want to keep this relatively short. It didn't. Long story short, it didn't. And so I'm like, okay. And then there wasn't another Monster Hunter game for the PlayStation. Not really, anyway, because it seemed, tinfoil hat time, it seemed that Nintendo had basically paid for exclusive time with Monster Hunter. The only Monster Hunter game that went on to PlayStation for a long time was a port of Monster Hunter Frontier. And then what made it even worse is when I saw the trailer for this incredible PC game for China only. And that just stung like salt in an open wound. And I that was it. I ripped my posters off my wall. I had all these accessories thrown in the garbage. I had a meltdown and a rage quit from Capcom. And but I said to myself, just like a seed planted in me, I said, if they ever come back to PlayStation, if they ever come back and make a proper game, if they ever make it multi-system, they could still fix this, and if they do, I'll come back to it. And they did. Monster Hunter World is the best Monster Hunter game ever.
Yep.
I play the shit out of it like I'm playing Reaper of Souls. I love this game so much, and on PC it's incredible. I wish I had more people to play with. Hint hint, you're PlayStation focused though, I guess.
Yeah. I've played a little bit on the PC, but I don't feel like doing the whole grind again, dude. I'll burn out.
It's fine. But it's amazing, and
it is.
You know, there could be a similar thing with Blizzard in Diablo. I'll plant the seed for now, and if they can make things right in the future, then I'll come back, right? But I won't stay here for the blight. I won't stay here for the napalm that's being dropped on us. I'll come back when they make it right. I think other companies deserve our time in the meantime, and that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah, I agree.
But you do you don't listen to what I'm doing. You guys make your own decisions. Enjoy WoW if that's your thing.
Oh yeah,
still.
I'm still gonna enjoy WoW.
Enjoy Overwatch. You know, have fun. Like this is all about having fun. You know, and we'll get past this. We'll see this through, right?
Yep, we always do.
We always do.
I gotta go myself too, dude. I gotta go get some lunch. I could stay here and chat forever, but I also gotta eat. Anyways, real good chatting with you, dude. We need to catch up more often. Maybe we should do a podcast or something.
I'm up for it. Yeah, bring me up. I'll see how I can make some time for a podcast. It's difficult enough to make time for YouTube videos, but you know, we'll see what we can do. You know, stay in touch. Good talking to you, man.
Always. Love you, dude.